Hello and welcome to the Athlete First Media Podcast. Today I am joined by OOB star receiver slash star baseball player as well, Trot Moody. Trot, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, no problem.
Obviously, I'm really excited for this one, but I'm interested to hear. You've had an interesting high school career thus far, and last year was no exception. Talk a little bit about the last year that was for football and baseball for you.
Last year, football was just everything I wanted. It
Yeah.
was so fun. I mean, blowing teams out,
Yeah.
winning a state. You can't really argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible year for you guys, obviously, yeah, like you said, ended with states. And
hmm
walk me through that state game a little bit on your end of things.
From like when I woke up, you want to know
Yeah.
the gritty? I think I woke up. I don't remember what time the game was. I know it was a little later. I woke up bright and early, got caffeine in me, had a big old breakfast, eggs, sausage, bacon, all that stuff.
Holy.
Just loaded up on protein.
Yeah.
And then we got to the Kennebunk High School. We all walked around for a little bit, watched the Greeley versus, I think it was Mount Ararat game.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Preseason. Yeah, or not preseason, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Watched that, yeah. Went back in the locker room, just music blasting, everyone was hype. Can't really argue with it. All the
Yeah.
seniors were turned up, it was fun. And we went out on the field, went through the warm up, and there was not a dead soul in that field. Everybody wanted to be there. Everyone was having fun.
Yeah.
That's all it was about, I mean. And then, like, actual game-wise, I knew the first play, if it was coming to me or not, I was going to try to make a statement.
Yeah.
And I caught that hitch on the right side and got the first down. I think it was like a 3rd and 11 or something.
Yeah.
And I went like this, just boom, first down. That was probably my favorite moment right there.
That's fair. That's fair. And then, like, as you're walking through the final moments of the game, what was that like, knowing you were about to be state champions?
It was just a great feeling. I mean, I've been around those kids my whole life, all the seniors when I was a junior.
Yeah.
All the kids, I've been around them my whole life. I wanted the best for them. That's all I was really looking at. It was just a great feeling.
Yeah. No, I bet. And then, because you happen to be a great two-sport athlete, you then roll that into baseball season, obviously the gap in between. Do you play any winter sports, or are you just prepping for baseball during the winter?
Yeah, I do play basketball.
Okay. Is it just to keep yourself active, or do you enjoy it, or what's the
I've always
reason
enjoyed
there?
basketball. I started playing TGK and like all the travels in like 6th grade. I actually fell in love with it for a little bit, and then I stopped playing travel and just kind of picked up baseball, and that's
Fair.
where it went.
Well, I should have highlighted. I forgot, which is just on me, fully. um, you are obviously also our regular season MVP for over here at Athlete First Media. Obviously, you had an incredible baseball year. So talk to me about this past baseball season for you, because I mean, obviously team-wise, not necessarily the result that you want, but you had a great year.
Yeah. I think it all started in about December. That's when I started pretty much dialing in everything in baseball. Like, I was lifting, obviously, leading up to all that. But that December to January, when Rats winter training happens, it was just all in for me. Basketball was pretty much wrapping up, or we were in the middle-ish of a season, so
Yeah.
I wasn't really, like, too focused on that.
Yeah.
So I think that whole preparation of just the winter really helped me for this season. And then going into actual season, obviously didn't go how we wanted it to, but I had a really good year. I'd like to think that was really good. So
I mean, I take our award for what it is, right? I mean, it's an opinion of me.
yeah.
So take that as much as you will, but I
Mhm.
mean, I'm pretty heavily stats based. I'm probably a nerd.
Yep.
Is the best word for it. I sit there and go through the stats myself and make up a spreadsheet. For those who didn't pay attention to like what I was doing, I pulled it up. This is basically what my week after the regular season ended looks like. So this is a big old spreadsheet like this.
Wow.
That's all of baseball and softball, and then it's
Mhm.
all of the stats and stuff, which you can't. It just keeps on going. That's the see, it just keeps going. So that's all the stats that go into MVP for those who wonder. But I'll read off a couple because I'm a nerd and I like to do that. And so obviously you ended up getting first. Hayden, who ends up being the Mr. Main Baseball, which
Mm-hmm.
love that for him. Obviously a guest on the show as well.
Mm-hmm.
Finished right behind you. It was razor thin.
Mm-hmm.
Your season looked like you hit 500, which is, that's okay. You 1.3'd it OPS wise. Your BABIP, which if anybody cares about that, was a 5.39, which matches with your average, which is what you want. I'm just looking at all that. 8 extra base hits, including 5 triples, 18 RBIs, 24 runs, 11 walks, 23 stolen bases. That was only second to James Welch. And then on the mound, which you know was partly where you shined this year. And partially, I mean, a lot of the way where you shined. Didn't lose a game on the mound this year in 36 and the third innings. Only 12 hits allowed in those 36 innings, which for those counting at home brings his hits per 7 to 2. So hope you can get more than 2 when you face him. 54 strikeouts, an ERA below 1, which was a point below everybody else in the MVP conversation, which is why he won the award. A whip right at 1. The only person who beat you was Hayden. And then the BAA was below a .10, which means for all the people who don't know, when people were in the box against Trot, their average on the year was .098, which is very bad. For them, very good for you. And then 10.4 Ks on the year, 4.8 walks, and then, like I said, 2.3 hits per 7. So, pretty dang good year.
Yeah.
This was like, I obviously just like we said, despite the lack of team success in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
this year for you must have felt a little bit extra special.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with the fact of like getting recruited. That's baseball's like junior year. They really want to see that. They obviously want you to shine your senior year.
Yeah.
But that's like the nitty gritty. That's what they want to see.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, yeah. That's when all the colleges are looking at you. When it matters, when your school season really, really matters. And so for you to go out and do what you did is obviously extremely impressive.
Mm.
To have the season you did and to make that statement is not an easy thing to do, especially at that level. You know what I mean? Like, you're having to play. Class C was tough this year.
Mm-hmm.
It was really tough.
Yep.
The South was very, very tough.
Mm-hmm.
The North was a little bit top heavy, but the South was very deep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to imagine that this year, like, game to game must have been weird for you.
Yeah, very weird.
So
Yep.
talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, just going off like how I'm a two-way player, I would pitch one game, have 2 days rest, go to shortstop, and just get 10 balls hit to me a game. That's what it felt like. So
Yeah.
that wasn't really fun, but you gotta do what best for the team. So
Yeah, and how did you prepare for stuff like that? Because I mean, it's not an easy thing to do. A lot, especially these days. Sorry, especially
nah,
these
you're
days
good.
when most players are focusing on one spot. They either pitch a majority and they hit, but they don't that's not their focus. Whereas for you, you kind of really had to focus on both. What was that year like?
Really, a lot of practice looks like is just hitting and ground balls. So I have to do a lot of my arm care and my bands outside of practice. I still get time to do all of them and stuff, but that's where I think really helps me shine is if when I do all that and my arm feels great, I'm gonna go out and pitch every couple of days, and it helps me out a lot.
Yeah, and what was the mental for you this year? Because I have to imagine that that's not easy
Mm.
either, right? I mean, having to be that strenuous on yourself
Yeah.
to prepare to be on the mound, but then also be ready in the box.
Mm. Knowing you're gonna pitch pretty much every game, it feels like that you can, and you're gonna hit, and you're expected to do you're expected to go 2 for 4 every game because
Yeah.
that's what the team needs. It's a lot on your mind, especially for me. I think a lot of that just helps like pregame, just going through calm, relaxing music, nothing crazy. I'm not like a whatever everyone else is listening to. I need something calming me down.
You listen to scream music before you get on the field.
Nah, I can't do that. I need something that calms me.
That's very fair. I was always that way too. I think I talked to I don't remember who I was talking to now. I talked to so many athletes. Talking to somebody though, and I was saying I was always the type of guy who's like listening to like very like vibey music before I go out and
Hmm.
play. I was
Yep.
never the guy who's like, you see the headphones on, you're expecting like the rap music in the
Yep.
headphones, like getting ready. I'm
Yep.
sitting over here like pop music playing in my ears. I'm just vibing,
Yep.
but I'm locked in. Like I look locked
Hmm.
in. So you probably
Yeah.
think I was listening to rap music, but no, never. I'm interested for you with going into college because that's kind of interesting for a lot of planning to be a two-way, or are you gonna be a PO, or are you just gonna play short? Like, what's the plan?
I recruited as a two-way player, so I have double the workload of everyone else. That's what Coach Oringer told me.
Yep. What went into that thought process for you? Was it you just wanted to be able to play both sides and you didn't want to have to pick one?
I've never wanted to like have to pick one. I feel like I can compete in any level at both positions. It doesn't matter whether I'm at shortstop or like outfield per se.
And why did you pick St. Anselm?
For some reason, St. Anselm's always been at the top of my list. Like a
Okay.
couple of kids from my or one girl from my school went to there, and she's always spoken great things about it. I've seen a couple other kids that I've known commit there, and I've only heard great things about it. And when I stepped on campus, I truly just fell in love with it. I mean, I wasn't anything I disliked.
Yeah. Did you have any like I say bigger offers, but I mean St. Anselm's very good.
Mm,
But you have like higher level offers or no?
no.
No? Wow, I'm surprised by that actually. But do you feel like that was just like a lack of like recognition or did you not
I've
like
never really thought about it like that.
fair, okay.
I really don't know.
Okay. I just didn't know, yeah. I didn't know if they like were
Mm,
you putting in like sending out to like everybody
yeah, I
and
was
they
sending
just
out a lot of emails during my study halls at like 8 in the morning, just pumping them out.
oh yeah, that sounds about right. What was the
Hmm.
recruiting process like for you? Because I mean, most athletes talk about how it's an absolute nightmare, like the process
Yeah.
itself, and then you
Yep.
finally get
It's
to
a
pick.
nightmare. It's a nightmare. That's like the easiest way to sum it up.
Yeah, what was that? What was that? Like, what was your day to day with that? Was it like every day wake up, send emails, take calls, all that
Every
stuff?
day, wake up for school, go to study hall, send emails, just pump them out. Like I was going from Maine to California, just pumping out emails.
Jesus,
It
man.
was a lot. I was trying to go by like conference.
Yeah,
So like I started with Division 3 like USM's conference,
yeah,
Little East, and I went up from there to like the Big East and
yeah,
places like them.
yeah. Holy. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's brutal. Nope, not for me. Thank goodness I didn't do that.
The Rats did help me out a lot though.
Perfect segue. I was just going to ask you, how was this summer for you? I mean, obviously, we talked about that you were with the Rats, but have you been with them always? And what does that look like for you?
Yeah, I've been with them since 10U. I was a practice player 10U, and then made the team my 11U year,
Okay.
and I've been with them since.
And how did this summer go for you with them?
This summer went pretty good. I mean, I definitely didn't have the stats like my high school season.
Yeah,
A lot better competition
for sure.
that you're seeing.
For
So,
sure.
but big thanks to my coach Colton Lawrence for just helping me with the recruiting process. Like he did. Like I asked him every question in the book. I was on a call with him. It felt like every other day asking him something.
Fair. I mean, nice that he was able, like, that was willing to be able to help. Because,
Hmm.
I mean, I talked to an athlete yesterday. I think episode just went out.
Hmm.
Um, and they were talking about, like, yeah, like, when you don't have that help, it gets overwhelming. Like,
But yeah.
it can get rough. Because you're just, like,
Yep.
swimming in your own thoughts trying to figure it all out until, like,
Yeah.
somebody can help you.
Hmm.
What do you think translates best for you to the next level?
I
Like, what
feel
part
like
of your
definitely
game?
in my pitching for sure. I've always had a strong bat and a strong glove, but I feel like my pitching is where I'm definitely going to be dominant.
And what part of your pitching do you think translates the best?
Definitely just like my ability to have a good curveball and then mix them up with like a change up and then go heater right down the middle or something.
What do you do? What's your grip? I mean,
I
and you
have
probably
a
don't have a baseball right next to you, but
no, I have a just a four seam fastball and then I do throw a two seam. I haven't really liked it this summer. I kind of got hit around with a two seam, so I
gotcha,
shied away from it.
gotcha.
But my four seam's been up to like 87 miles an hour,
Okay,
and then I drop a curveball to like 70.
gotcha. And what's your curveball grip? Is it the traditional opposite
I try to
seams?
get like, yeah, like a little bit of like the horseshoe, and I
Gotcha,
just rip down on that seam.
gotcha. I know because it's interesting because I coached baseball for a couple of years and
Mhm.
I played baseball for a long time, but it's always interesting to see the grip, especially now these days. The
Yeah.
modification on grips is
Mhm.
crazy. Like so many people are like, if this doesn't work for you, slightly modify it just to like work
Yeah.
with your hands or whatever it may be. It's nuts. It's really cool. But I always threw the knuckle curve because I have pretty big
Mhm.
hands, but I could always get way more rotation if I threw my knuckle if like threw the knuckle curve instead of
Mhm.
the two finger
Just a
curve.
regular. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you started working with a changeup? Because I have to imagine that St. Anselm's gonna be like, hey, can you throw
Yeah.
a changeup?
My changeup's definitely my third favorite pitch in my arsenal. I
Okay.
love to throw it to lefties. I did it. NYA had a lot of lefties. I threw them a lot of
Yeah, I
changeups
did. What
and
changeup
a
do you
lot of
throw?
fastballs. I throw a two seam. Like I'm on like my ring finger and my middle finger are on the two seam, and
Yep.
I pronate it
Gotcha.
like this,
I
so it
got you.
runs away.
So kind of almost circle
Yeah.
changey, but not like the
Hmm.
full circle changey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like the more traditional changeup that people are throwing these days. Because when I was
Hmm.
playing, it was like you had your three finger changeup,
Yep.
or you had your circle, and like that was the
Hmm.
only two that we ever taught when I was playing. And I could never get the circle because circles are hard. To, like get your fingers to
Hmm.
connect or basically
Yeah.
connect on that and then rip it, not easy. So I always did the three finger. But
When I first started out, I spiked so many in my catcher.
dude,
It was bad. Like the first, I think I threw 20 pitches. I think 18 of them were spiked. It was not good.
that's how I was. Because I was always like, I don't know. I taught myself how to pitch because I loved baseball and nobody in my parents, neither of them played sports. So I had
Hmm.
to learn how to play all these sports myself. So one day I literally just like, I had an iPad, much like this,
Hmm.
and was downstairs in my room, and I was like, I want to learn how to throw pitches. Mind you, I don't have a net, I don't have anything. I have a glove and a ball, so I had to figure this out
Yep.
myself. And so I just like sat there and like played with grips and stuff, and I would always go like over. Like I was
Hmm.
like a straight up and down. Like
Yep.
it was weird. But it killed my elbow. Speaking of kill my elbow, I'm pretty sure I hurt myself playing wiffle ball, but that's a different story. But then I would spike so much because I would try and throw too hard. So
Hmm.
I would just like end up releasing way too late because I'm trying to throw it harder.
Yeah.
And so I started to go like more of a sidearm angle, and then
Hmm.
I got like basically like 3/4 under, which is
Yep.
nuts. Nobody does that, not around here at least. And it like transformed the way I pitched. I went from like overarm. I was like four seam slider curve, and then when I finally switched to side, I kicked out the four seam because it literally is just like my sidearm one because it's from the sidearm angle. It's just straight, like it's as straight as an arrow, and that's not gonna work.
No.
And so like I went to like a looping like 12-6 curve, and then like kind of like a sweeper, and then a
Hmm.
hard like cutter slider type of situation. So it like completely changed my arsenal, but
Hmm.
changed the game. I was like, this is awesome. I'll do the sidearm whole time. Hurts your arm a whole lot less too.
Oh yeah.
Have you always been? Are you up here? Like, are you three
I'm
quarters?
like in this slot area.
Okay, so like almost 3/4 ish.
Yeah.
When did you first start playing and pitching specifically?
I think I first started playing. I can't give you a grade, but ever since I
Fair.
can remember, like
Yeah,
I played any sport, like sport. That's all. Like I don't know.
yeah. No, I feel you.
Yeah, I can't give you anything. I just know I since I remember I played sports.
Okay. What do you have a pitching coach like now that you like see in the off season and stuff?
No, I just throw footballs and do long toss. That's all I do. That's all I do.
That's nuts. Then that you're good enough to then like pick it up during
Hmm.
season and pitch to your best ability. That's gotta be. How do you like tweak stuff? Do you only tweak stuff when you're in season, or are you tweaking stuff in the off season too?
I usually tweak a little bit of stuff. Like obviously with the Rats, I have like a technically a pitching coach, but we don't tweak much. I mean, he's never had to change anything. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, that's helpful. I just wondered because like I mean, this day and age too, like I said, like everything's so minute, detailed
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like
Every little thing.
yeah, that you can like break apart everything. So I was
Hmm.
interested to see if you had anybody who was like in your ear talking about that stuff, reading my questions because my brain forgot something. Is there anything that you like want to accomplish in this last year? I mean, obviously you won the state title in football,
Mm,
but obviously still to be found in the baseball side for you.
yeah.
What's the goal?
On the football side, it's to go to another state. On the baseball side, it's also to go to another state. I want to experience that and also just win it for the school.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting, right? I mean, O will be at this point. I feel like kind of known as a football school,
Yeah, I
right?
would definitely say that.
Like from your perspective, I mean, from my perspective, I think it is. But like, is that how you guys like how it kind of feels in the school too?
Yeah, very much so.
But you obviously, I mean, helping that baseball side certainly be a whole lot better.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be interesting for you. Did you feel like you had to play more football, like because of the school dynamics, or were you like, I'm just gonna do my own thing?
Not really. I've always done my own thing, but I've always loved football.
Yeah. What started the love for football? Do you remember?
My dad's a huge football guy.
Okay.
Loves the Pats.
How big a football guy are we talking?
Well, now it's definitely like switched to baseball because my little brother also plays baseball.
Fair.
But when I was younger, I was all I remember is football. Like
Really?
everything in the house was football. You Tom Brady stuff like to my left, Gronkowski stuff to my right, Edelman in front of me. It was just all football.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously that helped it be the first love, like you said, right?
Yeah.
How did you like? Was baseball your own thing, or was he also like watching baseball and stuff too, or did you just discover it?
He's always watched baseball too, but I feel like I just picked it up. I've always liked not being able to conquer a game. Like I've always liked that feeling of
It's
you're gonna
facts.
fail more than you're gonna succeed.
Yeah, you're never gonna feel like you have it down.
Yeah.
Never,
Yeah.
ever. The
Yeah.
second you do, you don't.
Yeah. No. So like baseball and golf, that's why I like them the most, I feel like.
You know what's funny? I had a golf guy on here, and we had that same conversation. It's like that baseball and golf. It's why I love baseball actually too.
Hmm.
It's like that. You know, it's not like basketball, which was my first love, and I'll always love basketball. But basketball is like you can almost predict an outcome.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can't perfectly predict an outcome because there's humans
Hmm.
involved, but
Yeah.
like you kind of have a really good idea of how the game's gonna go.
Yeah.
Bad teams don't usually ever beat the good teams unless it's March
No.
Madness.
Hmm.
um, but baseball, I mean, any given day someone can lose to the Rockies, and the Rockies look like they have a
Yeah.
college team out.
But yeah. 100%.
So I mean, that's like that. Why I've always loved baseball too is like that. It's again, when you think you got it, you don't.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
could have a month where in the MLB
Tear it
they
open.
hit 400, and then you have a month where you hit 130.
Yeah. Yep.
Nuts. Okay, I want to ask you some I label as the fun questions.
Okay.
You're a little bit of a baseball nerd, so I'll start with this one. Well, you like baseball, obviously. Who's your favorite player all time?
All time.
Yeah, and it could be baseball and football because you obviously play football too. So
What's the timeline here? Is it just like ever?
I mean, you can give me multiple, and then you can explain why.
As a shortstop, I've always loved obviously Xander Bogaerts
Yeah.
and Francisco Lindor.
Okay,
I've
those are
always
fair.
loved those two. Yeah.
Lindor's so fun,
But yeah, no,
so
I love
underrated too.
watching. I watched him hit the grand slam when he was in on
Yes.
the Guardians. I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. He's so underrated too. People do not give him enough respect.
No, not at all.
Probably, I mean, take Shohei as you will, right? Last
Mhm.
year, as a DH only, I mean, was amazing. He was freakish.
But yeah,
But Lindor, who played, every day a position on the field and was an elite Gold Glover, I mean, it's hard to. You have to at least think about giving him the MVP last year because he was
yeah,
incredible. What about you questioned about like time spans? Is there different people for different time spans, or
yeah. I think like now, present day,
yeah,
it's like Jaron Duran. I've
fair,
loved his the mental episode on Netflix.
yeah,
That I love that. I love how he like expresses it and shows that he's going through stuff.
yeah,
And a lot of baseball players are, I feel like, 'cause
oh,
it's a
100%.
very mentally demanding sport.
Yeah, I do you follow Trevor May, his YouTube channel at all?
I've definitely heard the name, but I don't think I follow the YouTube channel.
Okay, so I mean, he was a pitcher in the majors for, oh gosh, like 11 years maybe. 10,
Hmm
11 years. It was a pitcher for a long time, relief pitcher, for the Twins and the Mets and the A's, and I think that might be it.
hmm
Anyways, so he has a YouTube channel that he started after he retired, and he retired the end of last year, I think. Maybe it was the year before, I can't remember. Anyway, he obviously gives great insight because was a professional baseball player for so long,
hmm
and he was talking about like the mental side of things. He was like, "Could I have played 5 more years?" He said, "My body could have, like,
hmm
bodily. I probably had 5 more years in me." He was
Yeah.
like 33 when he retired, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like, I easily could have pitched for at least 5 more years. Could have thrown 100 well into my 40s. And he said,
hmm
but mentally, I couldn't do it anymore. I had to
hmm
just retire because I couldn't take the mental toll anymore. He
You
said,
can
like,
always do it here. You can always do it here. Sometimes here is always just it's a
correct.
pain.
It's really interesting that I think it's obviously mental stuff is not just singled out to baseball, but it's probably the most prevalent in baseball.
Yeah.
Like a guy like him who was a closer for so long, like he had that pressure and never knew when
hmm
he was going to pitch. And
Yep.
like when he showed up to the ballpark, didn't know when he was going to pitch or if he was going to pitch or how much he was going to pitch, which is mentally exhausting because you got to be ready the entire game from pitch one to pitch whatever, the end.
And he's got 5 minutes to warm up.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a wild world that baseball can end up being. Like
hmm
mentally, just exhausting for
Yep.
so many reasons. That's also why it's so interesting to me that like baseball has the longest season.
Yeah.
Like we just hate the athletes apparently because we don't. Like, I mean, every athlete, every like major league baseball player, most of them are like, please shorten the season. Like 140
Yeah.
games is enough. Like
Yeah.
20 less games isn't going to affect a whole lot. But like they're like, yeah. I mean, Trevor May says all this information, which is why I know any of it. But I think it's like so they obviously have 162 games in like 179 days or something. Which like if you think about that, that's completely nuts.
Yeah.
Imagine doing something for 162 days out of 179 days.
hmm It's mentally demanding right there.
That's exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you work a 9 to 5 in 169 days, that's like half a year. You know,
hmm
so you're like 6 months. Say you just get the weekends off. That's still
hmm
what 8 days every month. And if you're at 6, that's still 42 days off. You're still
hmm
getting significantly, like almost quadruple the amount of time that a Major League Baseball player is getting for to play 162 games. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Mental toll is a very interesting side of things, and certainly Duran has been a huge advocate of that.
hmm
Who's the best player you've played with?
With I'm gonna go right up to this year, Colin Sullivan.
Okay. I mean,
I mean,
that's a dang good one.
yeah. I mean, I can't really think of anyone else. I played with obviously Mulholland,
Yeah, Colby's
a couple
nice.
other kids like that. I loved Colin though. I mean, I look up to him.
Colin's
I mean,
legit.
think about it. Like he's a shortstop right above me.
Yeah.
You gotta look up to him. He's going to Georgetown. That's sick.
Yeah. So sick.
hmm
Good for him. He was an interesting one because he's like during the year, kind of like under the radar type of guy
hmm
in the regular season. I think like kind of like how Colby is a lot of the regular season because like teams know that they don't want to have to pitch them, so they don't throw them anything
Yeah.
they can hit.
Yeah.
Um, and then dude, oh my goodness, Colby obviously got hurt and couldn't play, but
mm
to see Colin like crush this summer, I mean he went nuts this summer. But yeah, to see that was like okay, now this kid's legit. Like I mean obviously like again like at MDI didn't really have the chance to have that all the time, but certainly
mm
did it when he got the chance when
Yeah.
when he knew people were gonna pitch to him.
hmm
What do you think stands out the most to you about his game? I'm interested. As someone who
Definitely his
played with him.
bat.
Yeah.
Definitely his bat. Just the sound that comes off the ball. It hits the ball a mile. So
Fair. It's a
can't
D1
argue
level
with
sound.
that. Yeah.
Fair.
Him and Colby.
Oh yeah. Oh dude. I assume you're well aware of the Colby 4-homer game that happened in the only game he was able to play basically in the summer.
Yep. What was that, Legion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, for the Down East captains, I think is what they're called, right? I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he played in one game before that. I think he got walked like 3 times or something, and then hit the 4 homer game the next game, and then I think got hurt in that game, and
Mm-hmm.
still hit 4 homers, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's legit. I'm excited for him to get another year, like to be able to see him another year. That's the interesting thing, right? Because I mean, like, you get these great athletes, and half the time they like commit late in their senior year or whatever, like depending on what
Mm-hmm.
sport they play, and so you don't necessarily get to see them after they've been announced as like going somewhere. So it's fun to be able to
Mm-hmm.
like get to see the baseball players another year, like knowing that Colby and Colin are gonna have the chance to be on a stage again. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's the best player you have played against? To the opposite side of that. So like I would say like for you as a pitcher, who is the hardest batter for you to get out, or like person who hits it the hardest off you, and then as a batter, who's the hardest pitcher to face?
Are we thinking like summer, or does it not matter?
It does not matter. Could be anything. Could be somebody I don't know. Put me on to somebody. I'd love to have that happen.
Since I don't know like names, like summer ball was definitely a challenge for me a little bit, but like high school, I can't give you anyone.
You're like, nah, I didn't struggle with nobody. Don't worry.
Nah. But like summer, I have no clue any of the kids' names.
That's fair.
I know I saw like what 87 the max miles per hour or something like that.
Where were you playing for summer? Like, what? And I mean, obviously, I know you were playing for the Rats, but where were you? What tournaments were you going to?
Yeah, we went to Diamond Nation. I think I don't remember what it was exactly called, like the 17 show, some classic, something like that. We went down to Mass a lot. I was in Mass pretty much every other week.
Sounds about right.
Marlboro, all those like places. I think that was about it. Yeah, went to a couple, like the Bryant camp and stuff like that.
Or who? I guess if you don't have like names, like, do you remember like moments that stick out to you from people who you struggled against that you were like, holy,
Yep.
that dude just
Yep.
crushed that ball
Yep.
off me.
So on the pitching standpoint, I came in, I think, bases loaded,
Jeez,
and I threw a two seam that just didn't two seam, and it got
Yikes.
crushed. It got crushed out. I was like, damn. But like the field, I think we were playing. I was like only like 300 to left center or something like that. So I was like, well, I can't like.
Holy.
It was like 320.
That's
I was like,
so
I can't really
short.
get mad at that because it barely snuck out. Though.
Yeah.
But it came off the bat a little hot, and I thought. So yeah, that was the pitching one. From the like batting, we were at a Bryant camp, and we were playing, I think some inner city Boston kids, and some little lefty came up on the mound. I was first batter of the inning, and I didn't like. I obviously timed him up, but he was sandbagging a little bit. So I get
Of
in
course.
the box, and I see 90 or something like that go by my face.
Oh, no.
I was like, wasn't expecting that. And then he throws me a curveball that starts at my head, and it landed at my feet. Well, I took it, but I was like, Jesus.
You took it because you thought it was gonna hit you in the head.
Yeah, and then I got K'd on I think 2 straight fastballs after that. So that's how that went.
The humbling part that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball.
Very humbling.
When you think you're good,
Mm-hmm.
baseball's a good sport to let you know there's always somebody better. Okay. Favorite all-time teammate. Who's your favorite teammate ever?
Braden Wilson. Lake Region kid.
Okay, why?
Love him. I played Rats with him all the way up, leading
Okay.
till I think it was 2 years ago. And we've always just bonded. I like shortstop, first base.
Yeah.
I've always bonded with him over that, picking my throws and stuff like that.
Fair.
I was the 3 hitter and he was the 4, and I would just get on base, steal. He would hit me in. It was just one of those things.
Yeah. I love it. Your biggest mentor / your biggest inspiration.
Definitely my dad. He tries to tweak stuff in my swing and stuff when he thinks I'm doing, but I'm like, all right, dude, like,
Yeah.
love you, but I'm
Relax.
gonna listen to the actual coach.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, fine. But he definitely got me into the game and stuff like that. So he got me into Rats. So I can't thank him enough for that.
Sure. Okay, this one's my last question that I have written down. Who is the funniest teammate that you have? And give me a story if you have one.
All time.
All time, yeah.
So I threw a no hitter, obviously, against Winthrop, and that bus ride back was just everybody. I think a couple kids had their shirts off, just swinging them around, stuff like that. It was a funny bus ride, but it was a little inappropriate,
Oh,
but
I bet.
not like in a weird way.
No,
You
no,
know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no, I know, I got you.
But definitely just like I don't think they'd want like to hear this on a podcast. But
Hey, I
it
mean,
wasn't like one person; it was the whole
yeah,
team.
y'all were vibing. It was a no hitter. I
Yeah,
can't blame you.
it was fun.
I love that. Oh yeah, I mean, I can't blame you. If you throw a no hitter, might as well celebrate.
Yeah,
What was that like? That has to be weird. I don't think I've had anybody who threw a no hitter this year. I think you're the first one. So, what was that like?
I think I threw three of them.
You did. Yep.
Yep. I just go out and compete every pitch. Just I try to blow a fastball by him and then throw a curveball to get him out. I'm just like three pitches, get out of there. Three pitches, get out of there. Go back in the dugout, hit. I want to get my team in back in the dugout as fast as possible so we can just start hitting again.
Did you like during the no hitters? Did you recognize that what was happening, or were you just like worried about
Yeah,
hitting?
no, I knew from the second inning that I had a no hitter. So
In all of them?
yeah.
Why? Is somebody telling you? Or are you just like,
Oh no, yeah, I hear it in the dugout because a couple of the kids
oh,
that
gotcha.
don't play, they're like, oh, he's got a no hitter. I'm like, guys, I know, but like,
Come
I'm not
on,
supposed to say
guys. What are we
anything.
doing?
Yeah, it's whatever though.
I can't even imagine. That's how you ruin a no hitter right there. Though the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, this year the amount of no hitters was incredible to me. I was like, what is
Hmm.
happening? But I mean, this shows the talent level in Maine pitching wise is incredible. But the one thing I'll never forget is, sorry, Coffee's coming back. I coached Jason Libby, who plays at Maine right now. I played
Hmm.
at Bangor Christian. I coached him in high school. I used the term coached loosely because there was nothing to do with Jason.
Hmm.
Because Jason crushed the ball. He was a big lefty
Yep.
in the box, and he would crush the ball. If he could have ever straightened out a dang pitch that was hit hard, every ball he hit hard was pulled 400 feet foul. Like it was like crushed or just foul down the pole. But he could crush the ball. But when he got on the mound, it was unstoppable. And he
Hmm.
his senior year up at Stearns, 99% sure it was his senior year. Anyways,
Hmm.
uh, um, against Stearns at Stearns, he struck out every batter he faced.
Damn.
Yeah. The only thing between him and a perfect game that day was a drop third strike, but it gave him an extra strikeout. So, uh,
Can't argue with that.
yeah. So he actually tied the record for most strikeouts in a game, in that game, like
Hmm.
in the United States. So I don't really know
Damn.
if there's records in other countries, but
Hmm.
for NFHS, he has tied the record for most strikeouts in a game. It was an incredible performance. Like sitting there watching it, I did like the book and game changer, and like obviously they gave advice and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I wasn't. So we had our head coach, and then we had our pitching coach who pitched in college, and all this stuff. He was a very good pitcher,
Hmm.
so I wasn't gonna try and do anything like that. And so like they were the one was the third base coach, obviously because he's head coach, and then like the pitching coach would always like just sit with Jason and they would just go over things. But
Hmm.
anyways, so I'm just sitting there like taking it in. Mind you, I'm not saying a word, and
Hmm.
nobody, which probably not a great thing, nobody realized what was happening. I did. I'm doing the book. I'm writing K's every time. I'm like, holy crap. And so I'm like mid game looking up to see the most strikeouts in the game. And I'm like, oh, he's got a chance at this. And then, yeah, the drop third strike. Everybody's like, oh, no, there goes the perfect game. And I'm like, he's got a chance to have the record, like tie
Hmm.
the record. Now, because obviously you can't beat that record unless you have two drop third strikes in a game, which is the likelihood of that is incredibly low.
Hmm.
But yeah, so it was an incredible performance. But like seeing like you had three, I think there's another kid who had like four or five. I was like, what is happening? Now that I just told a story for 15 minutes, I want to thank you for coming on.
Hmm.
Greatly appreciate you being willing on to have a conversation with me.
Hmm.
Um, I will give you the chance here at the end to say whatever you'd like. I say it could be, shout out your Instagram. It could be you let us know what's going on next. Obviously, you got your football season coming right up. Or it could be an inspirational quote or whatever it may be. You have the floor for as long as you'd like, and then I'll close us out.
Uh, I don't
Take your
really
time.
got anything.
You got nothing?
I'm not gonna like plug my Instagram or anything. I'm not that type of kid, but
Fair, fair.
Keep your head up. Just keep your head up. Everything will start happening.
Okay, I like it. When's the season opener for football?
That's a good question. Two, yeah, 2 weeks from now, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Perfect. Okay, so show up to
Yep.
the season opener, and then
Mm
show up to lots of OOB games during baseball season.
hmm. Yep.
Perfect. All right. Thank you again for coming on. I greatly appreciate it. For all the people who end up watching this, share it up, like it, do all the stuff with it, and we'll see you next time.